Okay, let me remind you that this is the 1936 Austin, which I got as spares for my 1937 Austin, right? I'm just going to give you an update on the different bits and pieces that I've been working on that I haven't filmed, right? So first of all, we got that, remember the engine was all full of gook. We got that crankcase, everything separated, of course. We got that crankcase cleaned up and pretty much oiled, and everything is looking pretty good, right? So move that. If you can see inside here at the crankshaft, hopefully you can see it, crankshaft's moving okay, camshaft's moving okay, oil pump is working. There are a couple of items of concern on the crankcase. If I can get a little bit closer, these cracks, you can see there's a little bit of filler in there or something. My dad said to check if the cracks are all the way through. I don't feel like they're all the way through. You can see it's right underneath both these studs, right? This one, sorry. See, and you can see where someone's filled it. So there's also a couple of studs missing. So don't know if we'll be able to use this crankcase again, but let's go in the supposition that we can. I have started cleaning out the block, right? So got that oil all oiled up, and the valves are all moving, the tappets are moving. I haven't cleaned the bores and seriously cleaned, you know, inside. I'm just going to try and do it with the power washer and see if I can get it cleaned up enough to do that. So a lot of work to still do on the block. I did clean the head, so let's have a quick look at the head. I did clean the cylinder head. Here it is, a heavy little thing. Hopefully you can see that okay. So you know, it was well coked up, and you can see it's quite scored. You know, this is marked here in the combustion chamber. I guess this might be the combustion chamber. That's the spark plug there, but I believe this is also part of the combustion chamber, just from the shape here, right? So, and from memory, this one's also scored and marked. So I'll try and smooth that off. You know, I'll get the whetstone. I remember my dad doing that before, and try and smooth that head off. What else have I been doing? I got my ultrasonic washer. Let me just show you this. Awesome piece of kit. I've had fun using that ultrasonic washer, but some of these are so beyond the pale. This carburetor, it's an SU carburetor. I think from looking at diagrams this is an H2. Not awfully sure. But anyway, you'll see as I try and pull this apart. I eventually got it apart. I mean, it was just like the rest of the engine, pretty much full of gunk and all kinds of stuff. But you know, I got it pretty clean. Even that needle, although it was rusted and covered in gunk, is in pretty good shape. The rest of it, not too bad. I say the rest of it, that's part of it, right? The bowl itself is a disaster, and ultrasonic cleaner didn't make much of a dent on that. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's still full of gunk. I'm going to give that a clean up, right? The float is stuck in the bowl. I did leave it soaking and penetrating oil for a long time, and you know, whether all of those orifices cleaned out in ultrasonic cleaner, I hope they did. And I'll check all that with compressed air. Another thing I've been playing with is the fuel pump, right? So this is the venerable mechanical fuel pump. That was all bent to hell at the bottom there. I straightened that out. This has still got a lot of cleanup to do in there, right? But it is, you know, the internal mechanism is moving. Even I think the diaphragm is even reusable, you know, further cleanup required, but that diaphragm's still pliable. Look, 80 years old. Well, who knows if it's 80 years old, but you know, if it hasn't been changed, it's 80 years old. Don't know exactly what I need to do to clean this all out. It's been an ultrasonic cleaner. You know, when I pour gook in, it gooks out the other side. Who knows? I'll try, you know, I'll put it back together again and try it. But obviously the float bowl of the carburetor needs more clean out and work. But remarkable results from the ultrasonic cleaner. I got most of the head in the ultrasonic cleaner as well. You know, it didn't completely submerge, it's too small, the ultrasonic cleaner, but most of it fitted in, and then after an hour I just turned it around and put the other side in. So it worked so far. So I think I showed you the pistons as they come out the cleaner last time. So the pistons are pretty clean and a lot better than they were anyway, right? So been making slow progress, just cleaning things up, you know, and making good use of that ultrasonic cleaner. So now I'll go on to the next phase and I'll video what I'm doing then. Okay, talk soon.